Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are going to be thinking about maths again this morning, and it's the last unit which we're going to be consolidating and revising. So you'll remember it's only a few weeks ago, actually, wasn't it? We looked at money. And so our final maths lesson before half term, we're just going to look back at the most recent unit which we finished, which was money. Now, for today's one, I thought actually we could combine quite a few of the skills which we've learned over the course of the year. So we can combine a little bit of addition and subtraction, we can combine some multiplication, we can combine some money work, we can also even throw in a little bit of our PSHE work on money as well, where we've been thinking about budgeting and things like that, saving up. So what we're going to do today, hopefully this is going to be a nice fun session to end your half term, is we're going to be planning a family holiday. Now, I know this might seem a little bit fanciful at the moment with the old pandemic going on, but we're going to imagine a world where we can go on a holiday. Now, normally, gearing up for half term, some of you might even have been going away on a holiday. Obviously, not this year, but hopefully not too long. Just in the same way, I'm sure it won't be too long before we're all back at school together. I'm sure hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll be able to go on family holidays and so on once again. So I want you to imagine that this is what we are doing. We're having to plan a family holiday. And we're going to have a budget. Now, a budget is the amount of money you can spend. So in this case, you're going to find your budget by doing the following. You're going to start by rolling a dice 4 times. You're going to write each number down in order. That's very important. No cheating, no re-rolls. You've got to write down your numbers in order. This is your overall budget. I'm going to suggest a 6-sided dice for this one. So let's say, for the sake of argument, I was rolling and I got a 2 first of all. So it needs to be a 2 first of all. And then I rolled, got a bit luckier then, got a 6. And then I rolled a 3 and then a 1. This would be my budget then. That number is £2,631. That is my overall budget. I also need to have a think about how many family members are going to be going on our holiday. Now, in my house, there's 2 of us, but in your house, maybe you've got 4, 5, maybe you've got more than that. However many people are in your house that are coming with you on holiday, you need to write in that number there as well. That's going to be a very important number for us. And what you're going to do now is you're going to use your budget. So in my case, it's £2,631. To have a look through the next few slides where I'm going to show you some options of destination, that is the place that you can go, the accommodation, that's where you're going to stay, your food options, that's what you're going to eat when you're there, and the activities that you would like to do as well. You're going to have a look through all of these options, and you're going to need to get the best holiday you can for your budget. So you might be thinking, well, this is great. I'm just going to pick the best and most expensive option in each one. But of course, actually, you may not have enough money within your budget to do that. So let's say, for example, I was thinking, right, I want to go to the Seychelles. Valentine's Day coming up, I'll treat my wife. We're going to go on a lovely trip to the Seychelles. Now, it says £700 per person. So maybe I would be doing 700 times by 2. And I'd use some of my multiplication knowledge. We revised this yesterday, didn't we? We remind ourselves how we would do 700 times by 2. I do 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 again is 0. And then 2 times 7 is 14. And so very quickly I would see, yeah, the cost of 2 people going to the Seychelles, £1,400. And then maybe I'm thinking, right, now I'm going to move on to accommodation. And Mrs. Vash, she deserves the best. We're going to stay in a mansion. And so that's £1,200 per person. And I do my maths and I find out, right, great, that's £2,400 for the 2 of us. And then I'm going to go through the others as well. But what I'll very quickly find is I've gone over budget. I've spent too much money. And actually, I can't afford to do exactly what I want to do. So this will involve a little bit of tweaking, a bit of editing, a bit of going back and working on your budget a little bit more. And hopefully, over time, you will get towards your ideal holiday. So it's quite a lot of maths that's going to be involved in this. Like I said, we might do a little bit of multiplying, where we're going to times some of these amounts by the number of people on our trip. So if, for example, I was doing a flight to New York for 3 people, I would do £300 times 3. So we'll need to do a bit of multiplying, and then we'll also need to do a bit of adding together as well, won't we? So once I've worked out my destination cost, I can add that to my accommodation cost and so on. And you're going to see how much or how great a holiday you can get within your budget. So I'll show you the options then. You've got, here are your destinations you can go to. You can take a bus to Bognor for £5 a person. You can get the train to London, £20 a person. You can get a flight to Paris for £75 per person. You can get a flight to Rome, £100 per person. Flight to Barcelona, £150. New York's £300. Los Angeles in America, that's £500. And the Seychelles, lovely, that's £700 per person. Here are your accommodation options then. You've got a campsite, a caravan, a 1-star hotel through to a 5-star hotel, and a mansion, if you can afford it. For food, your options are a packed sandwich and water every day. Sometimes needs must. Fast food's not bad, not bad. Wonder how many kids actually might choose that over the cafe and restaurant. Fair enough. Cafes and restaurants, and you've got your Michelin star restaurants. Now, this is the poshest and best restaurants it's possible to get. That is your absolutely best food around. That's with the best chefs in the country. So that would be the real top option, that Michelin star restaurant. Mrs. Vass would love that. Don't know if we can afford it though. And activities. Now, when you get to activities, you can do as many of these as you've got money for. So you could potentially actually do all 8 of these if you wanted, whereas the others, you're just going to pick one. So you've got tickets to the zoo, trip to a theme park, tickets to a football match, tickets to a theatre show, paintballing, swimming with dolphins, going on a clothes shopping spree, and a ride in a Ferrari sports car. Oh, do you know, I can already think of a couple of people in the class who I think will be picking that one. So spend a bit of time this morning, have some good fun with this. Maybe you can have a chat amongst yourselves about where you'd like to go as a family, and you can decide together. And once you've got your overall budget, you can then select some different options here. You need 1 destination, 1 accommodation, 1 selection for food, and then as many selections as you like for the activities. And hopefully you can plan yourself a really fantastic holiday. And if you're really enjoying this, maybe, who knows, maybe you can actually take this into the real world, and you can have a look on some websites and find out how much holidays really would cost you. You can go and explore some of the airline websites and hotel websites and so on. You can see where you might like to go in the world as well. So have fun with this today. Have a practice of some of these key skills which we've learned about. And I will see you back for the very end of the day and the very end of the half term, which you'll be pleased to hear it's not going to be a full lesson. You'll be okay. Just going to be a quick video to end you off. Have a lovely rest of the morning. I'll see you back here for that.